I had to actually delete my old ODVA because evidently you can only have one, which makes sense. And then I guess you just add multiple devices to that ODVA if you want to add more devices that you're going to communicate to over the Ethernet, or over the network, I should say. Actually, if you see right here, actually I used Modbus TCP on another device because literally just couldn't get the implicit messaging to work with that device, and I even contacted Banner, which was the safety controller that we was trying to talk to, and they essentially said, look, we can't do it over Ethernet. For some reason, they don't support it, so you got to use Modbus TCP, which is actually kind of more simple than Ethernet. I'm kind of almost leaning towards liking that more than Ethernet just because the simplicity of it. Everything's like almost the same on every device. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to click Add Device or PLC. We're going to come over here and go to ODVA, Implicit Explicit Messaging, your only option, Ethernet TCP, and we're going to add it. Then here it will add your new device, and we're going to come down here to this little box. And when you click into this box, this is where you're going to give it its IP address. I'm just going to say 192. Not that, dude. Come on, man. 168. No, I'll just do 0 because I'm on a network right now and I don't want to crash the network. And I'll just give it a 10. No, I lied. I'll give it an 11. I'll give it a 110. I'll give it whatever it gets, okay? So we're not actually done here. So this is one of the things that I struggled with whenever I was doing this, is this enable implicit messaging. And I think part of my issue was I had implicit messaging enabled when I was trying to do explicit messaging, so I think that's why it did not work. But there's a lot of little things that are like, especially for like a rookie, they're not going to understand, and they were big hang-ups for me. So I kind of thought that this is what this was utilized for, but you have these different options. So you have a control word, a status word, scan count. So these USRs right here, if you don't know anything about Pro-Face PLCs, USR is basically an internal memory register. And with that internal memory register, you can assign different stuff. So we're going to use 800 because that's what I used in my last project. But really, you should be able to assign pretty much anything. I remember reading some type of documentation that says, like, don't use, like, the first few words or something like that of memory. So just put it wherever. But, oh, shoot, we weren't done there. So I'm just going to assign it an 800. Now, whenever you go in your PLC logic, you're going to actually have to assign like a 801, I believe, as a bit address. And I should be able to take you guys through that.